Ruto has on many occasions maintained that his administration will not continue depending on international loans for its sustainability. However, opposition members of parliament today continue to disagree with the head of state, saying the country can borrow money from international lenders with a better payment plan, while challenging the president to ensure the funds are not misappropriated.
Despite the passing of the finance bill, the debate on whether the country should borrow more money or depend on taxes rages on.
However, we want to disagree with the chairman of the budget on the issue of borrowing.
Former National Assembly Speaker Maalim argues that the country cannot depend on taxes for development, as well-developed countries continue to survive on debts.
On the issue of borrowing, when we have a problem with debts, I don't think the situation should be that we should not take more debt. Japan, which is one of the most powerful economies in the country, has a public debt that is 63% of its own GDP. We have a public debt right now, total public debt, which is below 70% of our GDP. I think it's in the 60s, am I right? 62.5. The US has got an economy right now, a GDP of 24 trillion. The total US debt today is 36 trillion.
President William Ruto has on more than 5 occasions insisted that his administration will not continue to borrow money for development and that taxes remain the only avenue to fund projects.
Mzee Mwai Kibaki, wakati alichukua usukani, tulikuwa tunakusanya ushuru bilioni 200 kila mwaka. Huyo mzee na akili alikuwa naye, akatusaidia, akapanga, akasukuma. Wakati aliondoka baada ya miaka 10, tulikuwa tunakusanya from 200 billion, tulikuwa tunasanya 900 billion, almost 1 trillion. We must build the country using our own resources. We cannot continue to borrow money and take our country to risk.
Marakwet East legislator Kangogo Bawen says borrowing can be helpful if only the funds are used for the intended purpose without mismanagement.
Mr. Speaker, we support that we cannot continue borrowing. But at times, Mr. Speaker, if there is need for us to borrow, let's borrow and use the borrowed money to specific projects which are meant, to which the borrowing was meant, and to avoid cases where we borrow and that money gets lost without any tangible project.
The legislators also expressed their concerns over donor-funded projects, lamenting about the long period it takes to complete the projects as well as the preference of the donor on contractors to take up the projects.
Donor-funded projects does not move very fast. They do not move very fast because of the involvement of the donors themselves. Because when a donor is giving you resources to do a project, they want to participate in the procurement process. They want to ensure that the company implementing the projects are their own companies. They want to regulate, how resources flow. And this is affecting development projects. Honorable Speaker, in my constituency, there's a project which is funded by World Bank. And this project has dragged over the years beyond the period which the project was supposed to last.
And if you see, many of the stalled projects in water are donor-funded projects. These are projects which comes with the condition that the contractor must be from that country giving us the donors. For instance, we have a case of Italian cooperation projects, which has many of them, they have stalled because they are seeking to have Italian contractors.
Ian Keitani, Look Up TV.